Ambassador to Libya to speak to us about the life and times of the struggle stalwart Rita Ndzanga. Mr. Dangor, thank you so much for your time, albeit the circumstances we speak under today. What are some of the fond memories that you have of Rita Ndzanga?
Rita Ndzanga has recruited very many of us. Sidney Mafumadi, Jabo Gwenya, myself, and others. Rita was also one who had trained us in the principles, values, and methodology of the broader movement and the ANC in particular. She'd also recruited us into various activities to overthrow the apartheid regime, whether it be the peaceful protests or in the underground. And I must be very grateful to Rita. She saved me from a stint in prison when she was arrested with others for taking youth to the border in 1976. So the bravery of the woman actually stood out. She was an organizer, she was brave, yet she was humble, and yet she could do things to move people forward. She believed in non-racism. She worked in the areas of El Dorado Park, Kliptown, and Greater Soweto very easily and crossed those lines and drew people in from those communities into the movement. Rita was also the kind of organizer that workers could turn to. If workers were in trouble, they would come to Rita. She was also a facilitator and an initiator of many, many programs. She started, for example, the General and Allied Workers Union. She initiated Contralesa, found some of the funding for it to start it off. So really, Rita was one of those people, a self-starter, a self-motivator, in contact with the leadership of the movement broadly, both the Communist Party, the trade union movement, and the ANC, and the people of South Africa, and recruited young people into the values without being irresponsible and without being a populist.
Now, Mr. Dangor, as we continue to have these conversations, even with our reporters on the ground, as well as the various speakers that have spoke throughout the week, we heard even when the former President Thabo Mbeki gave his address, paid tribute to the now late Rita. He said that her calm character and immense intelligence, brought passion, care, and humanity to the people, and she also demonstrated an unmatched integrity, love, selflessness, and loyalty to the cause of freedom and prosperity of her people. You spoke about how she counseled you guys. Talk to us about how she normally, brought this about.
For example, she would say to me, if the police detain you, they will know things they're going to find out tomorrow. In any case, talk about that, but don't actually ever reveal the name of anybody else. Don't actually tell them what they don't need to know. What they're going to know tomorrow, admit to that. That's not a problem. But this is the way she counseled us in that. And my aunt was detained when I was very young with Ahmad Timo. And she actually counseled us and the rest of the family regarding this matter about detention without trial, and that is long detentions in the aftermath of a death. That was the counseling she would give. She would also present to people the alternative vision from an apartheid South Africa. A South Africa that did not exist with tribes. Or the tribes were there, they were recognized, they had to be organized, but they were not a major factor in the vision of the future. So it was non-tribalism, non-sectarianism, non-racism, and the gender issue was very, very strong for her, the issue of women's rights in particular.
Now, Mr. Dangor, what are some of the qualities that she had that you admired and, that you'll treasure and keep forever?
A, humility. B, honesty. see her devotion to a cause unstintingly, even if it meant that she would be killed, maimed, or hurt.
Thank you so much. That's the former South African ambassador to Libya there, Mohammed Dangor, talking about the late Mayor Rita Ndzanga.